Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vanillaraccoon and welcome to the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. I would like to begin this video by thanking you ever so much for your kind support on this series, and even though the videos are coming out whenever they do and not on a fixed schedule, it means the world to me that you peeps are at least patient enough to wait for each episode to come out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and begin to establish some security for the villagers within this NPC village, because in this episode I would like to establish a few book houses, but also I would like to tear down the remaining structures that we have over in this section of the NPC village. And this is going to be a little bit tricky because each of these structures have a villager within them, and I don't want them to just roam about freely and be exposed to any harm. So I figured, why not just go ahead and begin to create some iron golems. Hang on a second, let me try something real quick. Okay, bear with me. You following me, camera guy? And aha! I keep forgetting that in order to now make a carved pumpkin, you actually have to take a pair of shears to it, and then from there you can go ahead and take that carved pumpkin and place it on top of the iron blocks to make an iron golem. So let's go ahead and make one more right down here, and because we're gonna have to do this silly little thing that's now a thing in Minecraft 1.13, we'll go ahead and 1, 2, 3, boom, there we go. So we have 2 iron golems as of now, and I want to see if that's going to do the trick in protecting the villagers from any and all things that go bump in the night. But in the event that it doesn't, then I should have enough iron ingots to make at least 3 more iron blocks. So let's go ahead and clear the bar and begin to go over exactly what I have planned. So aside from creating the book houses, like I mentioned at the beginning of this clip, I want to tear down these 4 structures, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and in their place create some type of a fish market, because seeing as how we have the ocean right here, and I'm trying to get used to building along the lines or themes of water-based stuff, I figured, why not go ahead and start with a fish market. So let me go ahead and begin to get my build on, and I'll see you guys when we have a bit of a progress update. Now, one thing that I had forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is that I am recording it the same day in which I have returned from my big adventure out to Pittsburgh to visit family. And for those of you who don't know, that is located within the state of Pennsylvania here in America. But I'm a little bit tired, so this Let's Play is going to be a little bit more chill in terms of commentary and project. So this is what I have in regards to working on the fish market. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And so what my general plan is, right where the iron golems are at, is where we're going to have a few small shops that we can relocate these 2 villagers along with the 2 inside of that structure as well into. And then we're also going to have a pier come all the way out to about right here. Let me go ahead and just take some blocks and place it down to mark exactly where I would like it to end at. So right about here is where it's going to end, and this is going to be our small fishing pier. So that way, once we're done fishing and collecting our bounty for the day, we can go ahead and just quickly run over to the shops, place it down, and also maybe begin to cook any type of raw fish that we gather. And so what we're going to do over here, I have yet to decide, but I do know for a fact that those 2 structures over there will be removed as well. And wait a minute, I see one white coat. He is if I can remember off the top of my head, he is a map maker. What's the actual name for it? A cartographer, that's what they're called. And then we also have I think that dude over there with the white apron on is a butcher. I could be mistaken. So what we're going to do with those 2 structures over there, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really just approaching this project when it comes to the fish market and everything else on this side of the NPC village as I go. I already have a rough idea as to where I want to build the book houses at later on in this episode, but for now at least, the main thing that we're going to be focusing on is the removal of these structures, and in their place just place something down that's more Interesting. I don't think they're going to have any actual functionality within this NPC village. There's just going to be more for lore, which unintentionally rhymed. So let me go ahead and resume working on the fish market along with the pier, and when I bring it back, it'll all be completed, and then from there, we can begin to get our build on over there. Believe it or not, peeps, I have been sitting here at the computer for about a couple hours, and by a couple I mean like 2 to 4 hours, just working on this section alone when it comes to transforming the NPC village. I also began to clear out this section over here, and I was actually thinking of extending this pathway down here and then bringing it around just like this and then brushing it up against the hillside right here. But then we're going to continue it out a little bit more so that it connects to this cave system, which we're not going to be touching in this episode. I think I'm actually going to save this for a stream only project where we're going to transform this cave entrance to look a little bit like it's from the Pirates of the Caribbean films or something inspired by that. But let's go ahead and just quickly make our way back over here, because this is what I have been working on within the past couple hours. So this is going to be our pier. Now, to make sure that nothing can disrupt our fishing session, I went ahead and just placed down 2 spruce fence gates right there, and then spruce trapdoors up top those logs right there, so then we can walk all the way out through here. And even though we can still see that stretch of land right there from where there used to be a crop farm at, I will be adjusting that so it looks like a barge, I think it's called. If you've ever gone to a beach, then you'll know what I'm talking about, where you'll have the beach and then you'll have like all these rocks and boulders piled, so you can, well, you're not supposed to, but you can in theory walk out on them. Like I said though, you're not really supposed to. So maybe we'll create something like that right there, and then something like that similar down that way over in that stretch as well. Now let's just quickly jump down, and actually that was not a high enough fall to hurt our shins. Cool. We also have a lifeguard at the moment, and yeah, so we're just going to continue to let him guard the life. You're doing an excellent job, sir. Don't quit your job at all. And so this is what our little fish market is going to look like. And seeing as how this is now a grass block, let me just go ahead and adjust that into a path grass block. But we're going to go ahead and just, once we're done fishing, we're going to walk in through here, and we're going to make sure that this guy cannot get out, because he's going to be protecting our raw fish. Now, at some point in time, I will put a furnace down so that way we can actually cook our raw fish, as opposed to just storing it here and letting it sit and then go bad. But then we're also going to have this pathway extend down through here as well. And as you can tell, at least this grass block is a dirt block, so we're going to have to wait a little bit until we can convert it into a path grass block. I had to do that because when rowing these dudes over and then letting them get out, instead of letting them run freely, I wanted to make sure that they were barricaded and only had one sense of direction that they could go until they found their way inside of here. And that took a little bit longer than I originally thought. So if you guys have any actual working method of transporting villagers, and feel free to let me know on Twitter at Vanillaraccoon. But seeing as how it's now getting to be nighttime and the phantoms are going to be spawning, and I would love to acquire one of their player heads, I am going to just try and do so off camera. But before I go ahead and cut away, I just want to showcase that I got a spider head. Hopefully I didn't scare you with it. So I'll see you guys for the third and final clip of this video, because at this point in time, I'm starting to get tired and I want to wrap things up rather sooner than later. You may be able to tell by the big smile on my face that I certainly have done quite a lot in this episode, even if it doesn't seem like it. And what do you know, as soon as I changed my perspective, we went ahead and just caught a little clownfish, or a tropical fish. I'm pretty sure this used to be known as a clownfish. I guess they changed it in 1.13, but as you can tell, peeps, we no longer have those structures over there, and I did create a barge is what I still think it's called, but I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head. Upon the recording of this clip, at least now, it's a little past midnight, and by a little I mean it's currently 1:40 in the morning. So I am super duper tired, but at this point now I'm ready to wrap things up for this video. And even though we didn't really get our build on over there, I am going to leave it to you down below in the comment section to give me your best ideas when it comes to building something that is around the theme water. Now I know that's a really broad type of subject to leave thoughts and ideas of what we could build of, but I believe in you because you guys are some pretty creative peeps, and sometimes you're a little bit more creative than me, even though it's a little hurtful to admit that. But with that all being said, oh wait, before we actually go ahead and say our outro line here, I just want to quickly run along here. I also went ahead and just snapped some seagrass along with some kelp and started to plant it around the shoreline, because once upon a time using various leaf blocks would do the trick in, well, bringing out our imagination and pretending that maybe it was a clutter of seaweed or some type of aqua plant life. But seeing as how we now have actual seagrass along with kelp, wow, the things that are now in Minecraft that I never imagined. So with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to your new home for entertainment, Vanillaraccoon.com. But do not forget to turn on notifications. That way, if and when they work, you will be notified when a new video goes live. My name is Vanillaraccoon. You have been awesome. I would like to wish you a happy day, and peace out.